Hi, third graders. Welcome to the world of programming. Programming teaches you logic. It helps you to become a computational thinker, and you can create amazing things using programs that you design yourself. Computers may seem smart and intuitive, and they're getting smarter and smarter every day. Computers, however, don't have the decision-making skills and intelligence that you do. Computers are only as smart as we program them to be. As programmers become more sophisticated and collaborative, computers seem to get smarter, more efficient, and intuitive. Through the open source initiative, we've made significant progress through collaboration and sharing. What open source is creative ideas that programmers share with each other and can be modified to use according to your own needs. So usually when we copy something off the internet, there's copyright laws. An open source program means anybody can use it and modify it and improve it and share it with the community. And that benefits everybody. In class, we've been successful using Scratch to learn about coding. The Scratch program was designed by a college using open source programming that they got from Google called Blockly. So Google was the original creator of this block style coding. Blockly coding program is being used by many technology experts to create most of the robotic toys that you're familiar with. So this block type coding had to begin somewhere, and it began with a computer program that wrote the programs to tell the computer how to handle these block type instructions. So that is the main difference between programming and coding. So in this lesson, you're going to become familiar with a programming language called Python. And this is what you see on the screen. This can be downloaded on any PC, as you see right here where it says downloads. Oops. The difference between Python shell and Python idle is that the Python shell interacts with your code. So whatever your program is, the shell will actually execute it and run it for you and see where your mistakes are and hopefully give you a successful program on the screen. So the shell basically responds to what you write in Python idle. So when you download this, you're going to see on your computer something called idle. Idle is where you actually write your program. So we're going to talk about how you program to get input from users. So this is an example of a very simple program that I wrote with much help from my professor at Dominican University. And his name is Pat Kelly, and he introduced me to this Python program. And this is something very simple where the computer's asking you to input your name. So right up here, you're identifying name as something that the computer wants you to input. So it's going to print here, or it's going to ask you, what is your name? All right. Now this hashtag right here and this red printing that you see, I'm highlighting it right now. Those are comments. So much like you commented your code in Scratch so that people know the reason you did things, you're going to do the same thing in Python. So whenever you see that hashtag and that red printing, that is something that the program will not recognize as part of your program. It's just kind of added comments that will help other people read and identify the parts of your program. So in here, it's going to ask you, what is your name? And then it's going to print, hello world, this is, and then that name is going to be whatever the user inputs. So let's run this and see what happens. Okay, it says, what is your name? So I'm going to type in Mrs. Gallagher. And it responds, hello world, this is Mrs. Gallagher. So that's the way user input works. The next thing I want to talk about is random numbers. Now here is a program that I wrote again in my Dominican University class, and this is a program where the computer is going to randomly select rock, paper, scissors. So this is the game that you're all familiar with. The computer is going to pick rock, paper, scissors, and then the player is going to also pick, and this program is telling the computer to respond depending on what the computer and the player choose. So up here it says import random. Import random is an import tool in Python that allows the computer to just take random choices. Okay, so the choices that we're going to allow the computer to take are either rock, paper, scissors. So we're not going to know what the computer chooses. It's just going to randomly do that. So that's kind of a tool that you can use whenever you're writing a program, say tic-tac-toe or some game where the computer is just going to randomly pick something. Another thing that I want to talk about, and it's another tool that is an import tool in Python, is the turtle drawing board. So I'm going to show you that. Here is another program that was written to have the computer draw a spiral. So where you see import turtle here is a tool that Python uses that basically transforms your screen or your canvas into a drawing board. Okay, so it's basically a canvas for you to either run a program, or you can actually use the mouse as a pen, and you can actually create drawings in Python. So in this particular program, we imported the turtle, and we're going to have the turtle draw something by these commands. So we're asking it to go backward, left 45 degrees, and then backward again. So let's see what this does. Oops. And it's drawing a nice little spiral. Okay. So that's an introduction to Turtle. So that is the end of this lesson, and there'll be another one talking about some more advanced functions that Python can do. So until next time, enjoy playing around with this. Thank you.